Hello everyone, this is Raya A. Orosio. This is my oral report for the Children and Adolescent Learner and Learning Principles, Week 7 to 9 topics. Let's start with Week 7. Our topic is all about Kohlberg's theory of moral development. Lawrence Kohlberg, 1927 to 1987, Theory of Moral Development. Lawrence Kohlberg was a psychologist who was born in Bronxville, New York. He taught for many years at Harvard. His theory of moral development builds on the work of John Piaget. Kohlberg believed that moral development depended on moral reasoning and was learned in 3 levels. In these 3 levels, each having 2 stages. The levels are pre-conventional reasoning, conventional reasoning, and post-conventional reasoning. For pre-conventional reasoning, moral reasoning directed initially by the expectation of punishment from external sources and later by an interest in personal reward. For conventional reasoning, initially to get approval and later in response to law and a sense of duty. And lastly, for post-conventional reasoning, moral reasoning here is guided by community versus individual rights and later by universal principles of ethics. This is the summary of Kohlberg's theory of moral development. For level 1, pre-conventional morality, we have 2 stages. Stage 1, obedience and punishment. Behavior driven here is by avoiding punishment. For stage 2, individual interest. Behavior driven here is by self-interest and rewards. For level 2, we have conventional morality. Stage 3, interpersonal. Behavior driven here is by social approval. And stage 4, authority. Behavior driven here is by obeying authority and conforming to social order. Lastly, for level 3, we have post-conventional morality with 2 stages. Stage 5, social contract. Behavior driven here is by balance of social order and individual rights. For stage 6, universal ethics. Behavior driven here is by internal moral principles. That's for week 7. We proceed with week 8. Our topic for week 8 is about Vygotsky's socio-cultural theory. Vygotsky's socio-cultural theory grew from the work of seminal psychologist Lev Vygotsky, who believed that parents, caregivers, peers, and the culture at large were responsible for developing high-order functions. According to Vygotsky, learning has its basis in interacting with other people. Socio-cultural focuses not only on how adults and peers influence learning, but also on how cultural beliefs and attitude affect how learning takes place. Now, Vygotsky believed more social in focus. He did not propose sages, but emphasized on cultural factors in cognitive development. He stressed the role of language in cognitive development. Piaget's theory was more individual, while Vygotsky was more social. Vygotsky gave more weight on the social interactions contributed to the cognitive development of individuals. For him, the social environment or the community takes a major role in one's development. Cultural factors. Vygotsky believed in the crucial role that culture played on the cognitive development of children. Vygotsky looked into the wide range of experiences that a culture would give to a child. For instance, one culture's view about education, how children are trained early in life, all can contribute to the cognitive development of the child. Language. Language is opening the door for learners to acquire knowledge that others already have. Learners can use language to know and understand the world, solve problems. Language serves as a social function, but it also has important individual functions. The support or assistant that lets the child accomplish a task he cannot accomplish independently is called scaffolding. Learning depends on the skill of the MKO and the learner's readiness and ability to learn and the difficulty of the skill being learned. When the more knowledgeable other, MKO, 1. I do, you watch. 2. I do, you help. 3. You do, I help. And 4. You do, I watch. That's for week 8. Let's proceed with week 9. Our topic is about Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory. The ecological systems theory was developed by Yuri Bronfenbrenner. Bronfenbrenner believed that a person's development was affected by everything in their surrounding. He divided the person's environment into 5 different levels: the microsystem, the mesosystem, the exosystem, the macrosystem, and the chronosystem. Bronfenbrenner's model, also known as the biological systems theory, presents child development within the context of relationship system that comprise the child's environment. It describes multi-part layers of environment that has an effect on the development of the child. Environment of the child affecting of child's development, but we're not just looking the environment alone. We must look also the larger environment, whereas the child has day-to-day interaction. Bronfenbrenner's bioecological model, structure of environment. First, microsystem. It is the system closest to the person and the one in which he has direct contact, like family, school, and neighborhood. This structure covers the child's immediate environment. 2. The mesosystem. This layer serves as the connection between the structure of the child's microsystem. Like, for example, the mesosystem will include the link of connection between the parents and the teachers, or the parent and the health community and the church. Third, the exosystem. This layer refers to the bigger social system in which the child does not function directly. This includes the city government, the workplace, and the mass media. The macrosystem. This layer is found in the outermost part in the child's environment. The macrosystem includes the cultural values, customs, and laws. The role of schools and teachers. Bronfenbrenner's theory reminds the school and the teachers of their very important role. If there is a lack of support, care, and affection from the home, if there is a serious breakdown of relationship in a child's life, what the school, the teachers in particular, do? This theory helps teachers look into every child's environmental systems in order to understand more about the characteristics and needs of each child, each learner. The schools and the teachers can support and not to replace the relationships in the home. Bronfenbrenner believes that the primary relationship needs to be with someone who can provide a sense of caring that is meant to last a lifetime. This relationship must be fostered by a person or people within the immediate sphere of the child's influence.